But please, would you be able to keep us updated with any further knowledge of chronomancy used?
I will absolutely. I can report on the skull. The spectral image disappears.
Was that their end or ours? Siri, can you?
I don't know.
You now know them.
Probably. Yes, I suppose I could scry.
Jewel,
Yes.
with your passive perception, you see a shadow begin to elongate across the floor towards your group.
Watch out! And she's going to get the dagger out and throw it at the shadow.
Okay, we're going to roll initiative. Jewel is going to get a surprise round. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to episode 107, I think it is. Yes, 107. Totally fucking brain out of my head there. Let's start again, shall we? Welcome to Malt Magic. This is Campaign 2, episode 107, and we're about to have a lot of fun. But before we delve into that, let's run down a very, very brief recap from last week. So previously on Malt Magic, the party had returned from the edge of Oblivion, having claimed that final piece of the Eclipse Codex, the Elemental Seal. The group used the Star-Touched Crystal and a little bit of ingenuity to tear a portal back to the material plane, emerging in their favourite place, Union City, this tiered metropolis that is built into a mountainside, and they found it largely untouched by the growing storms that seem to be plaguing the world currently. After settling in to the Jarl's Hearth, a notoriously rough tavern, the group took a moment to breathe and trade a few secrets. Lex revealing the truth about Callum, a former ally whose betrayal cost them a codex piece. Suri sharing the burden of his past, the loss of a legendary family heirloom to a kraken, a failure that still haunts his conscience today. And then, of course, Mara Blackveil appeared without a warning. Without any warning, apart from the fact that while Union City is safe for now, the Void's shadow is spreading across Rosendum, across Kedmir, and who knows where else. To prepare for the coming, what feels like an apocalypse, the party secured a new base of operations, and now weeks have been spent forging the new Planar Detective Agency HQ, a bastion embedded into a cliff face next to a cascading waterfall. But as the heroes fortify their hope, the enemy gathers its strength. Across the continent of Ardalia now, the Dark Triumvirate have begun to raise their own army. The end is near, my friends, and victory for the Shrouded Lord seems to be creeping ever closer. This is, of course, an adult stream, so there will be a lot of adult language, a lot of adult humour. Full content warnings will be available when this goes to VOD and podcast. You have been warned. Let's roll.
Hey.
Hey.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, everyone. We're all feeling it's a little bit weird tonight, folks. Behind the scenes, we're on time for once. I touch wood. minimal technical glitches so far. And everybody seems raring to go. I know. I had to put it out in the world.
That's fault.
It's almost as if that...
It is my fault.
Nice try, but you moved.
I was going to say, you're still twitching. It was... Brilliant stuff. Right, let's get down our lineup and then we will dive straight into the action. Yes, I am Matt. I am your Dungeon Master, Game Master, whatever you want to call it, for this evening. I will be role-playing whichever characters this lot decide to interact with tonight.
Hello, I am Dave. I nearly said Jewel. I am Dave, and I am playing Jewel of Shadows, the female Tabaxi rogue.
Hello, I'm Danny, and I'm playing Lex, and one of these days we will nail this first time.
I am Steve. I'm playing Suri, the elf druid fighter. Going to keep saying it carefully until I get it right.
We've got them written down on post-it notes underneath us, and we still fuck it up.
Yeah.
I'm going to get it tattooed on my knuckles.
I thought you said nuts for a minute then. I was like, what?
Yeah, I can't see them, but I've permanently got them now.
We should pre-record our intro so we can just play
weird
them.
mirrors.
Yeah, but then it's just the same every week and there's not as much fun, is there?
Yeah, it wouldn't be as good telly if we didn't fuck it up.
Amazing stuff. Right, well, with that, I think a quick little announcement from me, because I did get a nice little present landed in my Discord chat just before we went live tonight, which is that the proofreading, the editing of our very first homebrew full production, the Black Veil's Guide to Morna Havari, which is the Guide to the Underdark, it's been proofread, and so now all that remains is for me to format it and then, yeah, to get it out on Patreon. So look out for that, folks. We'll make a lot of announcements around it. But, yeah, first full, homebrew, decent guide, which is scary. So, yeah, look out for that. And with that being said...
I just want to go back now. I want to go back to...
yeah.
Well, it doesn't...
Explore.
We'll have to do a one-shot in the Underdark.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go on a Black Veil mission.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, there's nothing to stop you during this period of building a bastion disappearing back down there. So, yes.
No, it didn't go very well last time. I mean, you
Very
said
good.
we've got a couple of weeks.
Yes.
That's the side quest. That's most likely imminent death, isn't it? Not going to welcome us back with open arms.
Well, there was only one little group that you kind of murdered, hoboed, but...
They deserve
yeah.
it.
Anyway,
Yeah.
There was
let's
also
jump in.
The whole elder god under the water that we may have disturbed as well. So
Yeah, but he's not there anymore, so we're fine.
true.
Yeah, we only set him free, so actually there's no ramifications from that.
Yeah, if anything, they should be quite grateful. Yeah.
We
Good
digress.
stuff. We did digress massively there, but good digression, a little bit of a recap of what happened when we went to go and retrieve the Abyssal Codex. But anyway, yes, as I said in the previously on, 2 weeks have passed since we arrived back in Union City now. It is a dull day, a grey day. It is pouring with rain throughout Union City. There's almost a gentle mist as well that rises up from the floor, as we are still in relatively warm weather. What have we been doing for 2 weeks?
Lex, you had some ideas, I believe.
Yeah, actually, I've just had another one. So 2 things. One of them is quick, and it helps build our bastion out.
Yep.
So, you know all of the people we've met along the way and forgot to keep in contact with?
Yes.
Lex is going to keep in contact with all of those people now and invite them to come stay at the bastion. So that's the Skyship crew. Any leftover wizards from the Crystalline Isle that might need
Which
some help?
Skyship crew?
You know, the one that we most recently spoke to.
No, I'm asking you. You tell me. I know a few.
Well, okay, so...
Fuck knows what their name are.
No, so
Stephen Keefe
if I
Roger.
chime in and help here, there is the crew that is at the Crystalline Isle. Jewel, I think, also would want to send a missive to the Isle, either by a magical means via the Black Veil Estate if they had the opportunity, or simply carry a pigeon saying, same thing. We've got a bastion going. First of all to the crew, but also to those who are being recovered by the librarian, and essentially saying, "Look, can we borrow or utilize as many books on specific items that we'll go over in a minute from the library and bring them to our library?" Essentially,
Yeah.
have a library borrow.
And in the Ravens I'm sending out, I won't mind sending one to back home to the jungle to see if my mum and my brother are all right. Make sure he got back safe. But then the second thing I want to do, which is probably more meaty and involves maybe roles, is last time out we got some lore dropped on us that the closer was somebody who was kind of like the sheriff of the codex, because the codex was used to keep all of the other gods in check in a way before it was used on Shrouded Lord to trap him outside of existence. So I want to try and gather some intel, see if I can raid the archives and try and figure out who the closer was. Or I know Primus told me to wait, but see if I can commune with him because I failed last time.
Very good. Which one of those would we like to do first? Or would we like to cover first?
I was thinking sending ravens to people and asking if everybody is all right would kind of be
Okay.
off screen, and I'd just get updates on that as and when.
Yeah, no worries. So, Ravens to, let's be very specific on this. So, Ravens to Silas and your mother.
Yeah.
Raven over to the Crystalline Isle.
One to the Crystalline Isle. It would be addressed, or at least or maybe it would be two. One to the ship crew, saying, if you can make your way back here, then we've got a bastion. To the Crystalline Isle, librarian, can we borrow books on anything to do with stuff that's very early time, very time based, anything about the void. The closer, maybe we would struggle to necessarily depict what books that may be in, but we probably try and describe it as best we can. Maybe some chronomancy for you, some more books on that.
Well, it might be inside those
There we go.
books.
So we specifically asked for as many of the chronomancy books as possible, bearing in mind that if they have magical means, they can basically bring these in like a bag of holding. So we can simply hope that there can be like a traveller who can actually bring this.
Yeah. It's worth probably sending Working
anything-
Dryad's Gate as well. To the druids.
Anything on early gods, very elder being type information as well, because that might have mention of
Second idea.
what happened to errant gods or just general early mythology.
Yeah, Primordial Gods is a good shout, actually, because that might give us some intel on what the one we set free is.
Okay, maybe we would even note down any names of those creatures that we had. So was that the elemental? The elemental chaos is what we've got, or was that what the
Elemental
where we
Chaos
fought
was
it?
the area that
Ithkaran,
the Crucible
the World
of-
Terror.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Ithkaran.
Ithkaran, we'd ask for that as well.
And then the Unbound Hunger was the person we set free.
Then definitely as much information on that as possible. I agree that we probably then duplicate this to Dryad's Gate for any information there. Pass that on. Possibly a missive to Dryad's Gate in addition to, is it Bren?
Brom.
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 Different campaign. So Brom.
Different
Shut
show.
up. Yeah, fine. Haven't been rewatching anything. Shut up.
Yeah, can we send word to the Men in Black, see if they can come and help?
Right, to Brom, which may well be that also goes to more Stacey, just probably for like maybe an update, or maybe Lex. Would Jewel? Would you be willing to work with Jewel to write something that is on the neutral side towards Brom? Not a hey, sorry, my bad, but more of a left on bad terms, but can we, all work together in this time?
It's the end of the world, let's be friends.
That's the one, basically.
Yep.
Excellent stuff. Any other ravens we're sending out?
Would we send one to the magistrate of...
Thalyssa might be a shout, because yes, it's all gone quiet in Thalyssa, isn't
I
it?
don't think we'd send it to Thalyssa because he had to Scarpa. So I don't know how we would actually contact him.
We have a
I
sentence
could
there for him.
scry on Thalyssa.
That would be amazing.
First.
That's a note. Maybe just
Yeah,
the stone,
you could
the
scry
stone
on
to the
Thalyssa and
magistrate. Then.
Rosingdom.
Yeah.
Yeah, sending
Yeah.
stone to the magistrate, and you could scry on Thalyssa and Rosingdom.
And, to be fair,
And Kajir.
the Shrouded
Or
Lord.
is it? And the Shrouded Lord.
Yeah.
Were you going to try and do it? Sorry, Kedmere was the place that we found out got fucked up.
Yeah.
So over 2 weeks, you could scry on all three,
You could scry on
actually.
loads of places, couldn't you? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would do potentially 2 a day, but
Yeah.
that's going to be quite a boring session, and so we'll just pick a few.
Well, we'll pick the high ticket items, I think, from a scrying perspective.
Yeah. Also, Jewel may not. Oh, I don't know whether she would say this or not. I'm going to go with no for now. She wouldn't tell the rest of the group. She would write a missive, and then go and find those individuals that were of the Serpent's Cloak. I will leave that there because that one may need RPing out.
Do you want to send me a quick DM's whisper in the background around what you're thinking?
Reverse
on that front?
DM's Whisper.
Yeah.
Uno
It
reverse
is.
card.
I'll basically
Amazing
set it out as this is her thoughts, and it can be all the way up to her walking out to go find them.
Perfect stuff, then. I will say these ravens, you sort of liaise with the Black Veils and use Mara's network of ravens to actually send these missives, these messages far and wide, and they spread across Ardalia themselves. The one I'm going to ask you about is going to take Jewel and Lex back a long, long way. And whether you want to send anything to the Gildornian region, Zumkar, Agruz, any contacts you may have made there.
There were some when you were rescuing Jewel that would have been very helpful. There was also, we were grabbing, wasn't it like a weapons dealer?
Yeah, he was like quite a big trader in the area. We saved him.
Not going to
Yeah.
lie,
So
that's
it's-
a fantastic connection.
So if we want to, if anything, just set up a trade agreement with the Bastion, if anything, and that can help us RP the reason why we've got supplies coming into and weapons for the barracks and stuff like that.
Amazing stuff. Danny, first roll of the night, I want you to roll me a persuasion check to converse with Rashid, who is the weapons dealer from Agruz.
27.
27. This particular raven ends up flying back and forth fairly frequently over the 2-week period where you and Rashid have that initial communication and reintroduction to each other. And then eventually, to make this easier for you, a sending stone is sent. A more permanent means of communication that you can use across long range. And between sort of the Planar Detective Agency and Rashid's outfit, his organisation, you agree to have a number of simple weapons sort of sent to Union City. They will arrive by airship.
Cool. I like to think of all the sending stones we've got now. You know, like old school telephone rooms where there's the women with the headsets plugging in the different things. There's just loads of people with sending stones doing that for us.
Well, I mean, you can bring the old deer from Dryad's Gate over to handle that if you really want. But
I'd like to get our messages, so I think we might find someone else.
Yeah.
so, very good. I think, speaking of Dryad's Gate and Morse Tacey, are we contacting Gibby? Are we doing anything with Aloysius Gibbon there?
Oh, yeah. Actually, invite Gibby, see if he wants to come over. Because he could
Great.
obviously kit out the army and whoever it is and just make sure he's safe as well, to be fair.
Excellent stuff.
Sorry, can you remind me what the name of the guy who was the head of the Serpent's Cloak? Because I can't find it in my notes.
Buy it Inoue.
That's the one.
There we go.
I can remember that, but then you asked me what
he was a
happened.
critical character in Campaign 1 as well, so...
Yeah. And then Matt
Sorry,
went, "What
Steve.
airship
A
crew
lot
do
of
you
this is
want?"
going
And I
over
was
your
like,
head because this is well pre-Surrey, but
It's all right. For reference, as well, Surrey's never been to Union City before,
nope.
so he would probably spend a fair bit of time whilst these things were being written and sent out, just wandering about. So
Very good.
imagine
I
that's
will
what
say-
I'm doing.
Hang in
rather
hookers.
than confused.
Well, I will say on that point, Suri, actually, you find one particular tavern within Union City, which is very heavily elven inspired. And this city itself is sort of an amalgamation of elven, more human, and various races coming together. Union City by name, Union City by nature. It is a union of different cultures. It is a cultural melting pot. But there is one tavern built into sort of a small little copse of woods that is in the city itself. I'll bring up the map in a little bit and I'll tell you what that tavern is, but you can spend maybe a portion of time in there connecting with people of the same heritage of yourself. I mean, elves at least, they are from a different region. But yeah. Cool. Let's go to the first of your scries then, Suri. What do we want to scry on first?
Well, I think I would definitely be taking a
Or
lead
who?
from the party on that in terms of the priority, because I've not been to several of these places, so I don't know how significant they are. Places seem safer place to start than people, so I think
Yes.
we probably would leave Shrouded Lord for a bit.
In my head, we know Rosendon was fucked from when Aegeus was last there, and we know that that's their major stronghold. But then we learnt last week that Kedmir, which we haven't visited in real life either, has also been corrupted. So I would probably say Rosendon would be my first one, and then Kedmir, just to see what's happened there, because it may give us clues or intel on what they're doing. What do you reckon?
You do know somebody from Kedmir, though. Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Were they on a sky crew that I've forgotten about?
No, they were actually a guest star that we had.
Was it Fletch?
It was Fletch.
Nice.
Oh, send a raven to him. Make sure he's all right.
We really should have acted with more "oh shit" last week. When we found out.
Yeah, let's retrospectively have a really shocked reaction.
Oh my
Fuck.
god! Better? Can we just put that
There
into
we
last
go.
week?
Great.
We'll edit it in.
So,
where,
Suri.
where am I scrying? Well, the first thing I've done,
Yeah.
I've just realised, going out and spending all of my money on a really fucking expensive crystal ball for this spell. So that's 1,000 gold. Gone. Goodbye.
Fair play.
But it
Got
doesn't get
loads.
consumed by it, thankfully. So
I believe there are party funds potentially
Yeah, and
available.
I've set up the party inventory with the money in it. So
Oh,
there's...
and we are immediately putting half of it into stocks and shares.
yeah, we've got some ISAs on the go.
I'd ask
Well,
which
Dahlia
organisation
bombs are
you're
gonna go through
investing
the
in,
floor.
but we're not going to turn this into a fucking investment circle.
Well,
anyway,
yeah,
What's
you
that
say
say
that,
version of crypto?
but we have got a storeroom which does allow us to buy quite a substantial amount to make a weekly income on. It's the purpose of the storehouse,
Nice. Love it.
which I think at our level is like a not inconsiderable. If we invest 5k up front, I think it makes about 2.5k a week.
Cool. How much do brothels make?
I'm not sure that's something that Lex would look to fund. Aegeus, on the other hand.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I was thinking as Aegeus for a second there. Let's get some money in there.
Somewhere you can't spend it, I suppose. So, right. So, having gone out and bitterly spent all of my money on a fucking crystal ball, was it Rosendon?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, actually, I don't need to roll for this because it's a place. So, I'm just going to hold the dice. It feels good.
I'm still going to get you to roll.
Oh, okay.
I have a fixed DC in my mind for places, especially when they are void consumed, as Rosendom is supposedly.
Oh, well, hang on a minute. So, right. So, the spell has a DC that the target would usually save against.
Yep.
So, what am I rolling? Is it just a reverse DC?
No, so I have a score in my head for Rosendom specifically. So roll your d20, and then we will say this is second-hand, essentially, knowledge.
Okay.
So I'm adding +5 to the DC, essentially. But we will then say you've got some information about it, so that'll be a -3. A -2, so we'll take that to a +3 total, which means I need you. In fact, that would be. Yeah, sorry, you will roll to beat my DC, essentially, if that makes sense.
Am I rolling this as a spell attack?
Yes, roll it as a spell casting ability, yeah.
Right, okay.
So use your spell casting ability modifier.
Absolutely shit. So 13 plus. Did you say there was another +3?
So 13, there would have been +3 for you, yeah.
Okay. So 16.
So 16. As you reach out then and sort of use this crystal ball, describe to me what it looks like for Suri, given his particular flavour of abilities.
So, whilst it's definitely a crystal ball, it looks quite battered in a lot of ways, and it's one of those objects he feels like he's probably paid for the story more than the object, and it was supposedly recovered from a shipwreck and returned. Obviously, having checked it, it is legit. It is a crystal ball, but it's got kind of like inclusions and almost like kind of like a rimy, salty discoloration on some of the pitting on the surface of it. So I'd say to a lot of people, it probably isn't very clear. For him, it's more like kind of staring into the waves.
Very good. I will say then, as you look into these waves, it's almost like a tempest at sea. The ball itself begins to glow with a purplish, like this black-violet light. Almost like a dark saber, but with violet rather than the white around it. You try to pierce through a veil that resists you at every moment. The most you can do is get a regional view. You can't get down to the city. You can't get down to sort of like a street level view. You see, from almost an aerial view, you can actually see the coastline of Ardalia itself, this northern coastline. You see the island above where Rosendom is, where clouds are also now beginning to stretch out there, and they begin to stretch beyond Rosendom. This dark cloud, black with purple lightning that flashes every now and again, and then just this single perfect line of purple energy above Rosendom itself in that region. And even as you begin to look down upon this, almost from above the cloud, you see that these strange, almost tentacle like appendages made of pure energy reach down and also up and out.
Was there anyone we particularly liked in Rosendom?
That's where the triumvirate are, so it's Shadowthorn, Shadowvane. Shadowthorn, even.
Shadowthorn was right, yeah.
I can always do it the wrong way. Leora
Vane
and
Shadowthorn.
Klein. So I think Edgius should have a particular want to see where Klein was, and Jewel probably Shadowthorn because of Mayanora.
There is no one we are worried would be hurt there, but unfortunately I fear that our enemy is not hurt there.
Or is Callum there? Why aren't we scrying on Callum? I've just fucking realised.
We could. I've never met him, but
Jewel's probably quite good at being able to draw a...
You could do a police sketch type thing.
Yeah, I'll do a police sketch. I mean, I'll happily roll for it, because that seems like a decent thing to do.
Yeah,
I kind of need to have met them, but we can still try.
I believe you can have a good likeness, and it helps.
Oh, yeah. Whatever works. I just, I'm not in... Actually, partway through this, Surrey would pick up the crystal ball, because it is very, like... He's like, don't know whether this is failure to scry or just have not done this before. And he'd find like a bowl of water or something and submerge the crystal ball into the water. I'm not expecting it to necessarily show me anything more, but putting it into a more aquatic environment, I feel like it would maybe project whatever it was showing up onto the surface of the water more clearly.
And if it helps,
Amazing stuff.
although you haven't met Callum, because of the star-touched crystal, you're in tune with our emotions, so you can feel the emotional hatred that we have for him. So you'll feel like you've met him emotionally, in a way.
Amazing stuff. So you have this initial view of Rosendom then, and then the party sort of goes, do you know what? Let's pick a target instead. Jewel offers to draw this likeness of Callum to help Surrey forward. Jewel, I'm actually going to ask for a tools check based on this. So I believe you've got like forger's tools or something similar.
Yeah, I got a
forgery kit.
Yeah.
I can't remember for the life of me if that gives you a particular skill to use against it.
I think it's
Sorry, I'm
Dex
just looking
plus
myself.
proficiency.
It absolutely is. Add your proficiency. If you have proficiency with a tool, add your proficiency bonus to any ability check you make that uses that tool. So yes, ability is dexterity.
Same as my sleight of hand then. So that is a 24.
24. With a 24, you even go down to the detail of like cross-hatching, stippling, shading. This is a perfect grayscale likeness of Callum the way you last saw him. That dark, shadowy coat, the blade even that he held there. Again, the party had given him. Even down to you drawing a likeness of the Feywild amulet. This is now a likeness of Callum. For the sake of scrying, then, which I've just lost where I had that open. There we go. You now have a pictorial likeness, which is then a -2 to the save on my side. What is the DC for scrying, Surrey?
17 wisdom.
17 wisdom, which is then going to be a 19 wisdom, because you have this pictorial likeness. Is that right? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. -2 to the save, or -2 on my side. Flicking around browser windows like there's no tomorrow and still can't get the right one.
Yeah, well, so there's a positive in terms of second-hand, first-hand, and extensive knowledge of the target, and then there's the negatives. Well, yeah. So if you have a +5 to whatever you roll because I have not met the target, but there is then a
but a -2.
-2 because of the likeness.
Oh, go on. What should we pick for Callum? Let's pick the pink dice for Callum then. So this is a wisdom saving throw. There is a moment, Surrey, where your crystal ball, submerged now, actually draws out a picture onto the water itself, almost amplifies this image. You zoom down into an unfamiliar location. You see the back of a figure, a long black leather coat, blade at their hip, the sleeves rolled up, and this wavy blonde hair, a single pointed ear where the other is rounded. The head turns. Oh, I did wonder how long it would be, darlings. Are you having fun? I know you can't necessarily converse with this little eye that you have. But to think you can scry on me, and that I would just let it happen. Oh, I'll let you have a brief view of my backside. I know how much you enjoyed that, all of you. But as for the rest of it, why don't you go get fucked? Clicks his fingers. Uses a legendary resistance to succeed on that save.
That motherfucker has legendary resistances. Fuck my
Oh.
life.
When did he get them?
Yes, I quite see what you mean. He's very aggravating.
I think you find that Jewel is probably quite almost uncomfortable. Not only that she has just spent quite a while drawing him with exquisite detail, but then realising that we're then in some way weirdly connecting to him, and it's just a bit icky doing that.
You notice Edgius is actually sat on a chair, and I'd say his knuckles are white from how hard he is gripping this chair, but obviously he's got bare knuckles anyway. The bones of his fingers actually start to embed themselves into this chair so much that splinters begin to form. The anger is very real on Edgius's face.
What did you see, Siri?
Some smug blonde twat.
That was him.
Matt personified.
Yes,
But,
he was aware of. He was aware we were watching. I don't think he knew particularly who, other than it was us. He referred to us as darlings.
Oh yeah, that's him. It used to be endearing. Now it makes me hate him.
Yes.
Yes.
Was there any
well,
clues on environment, surroundings?
No, very deliberately not.
Well, we tried. Best thing we
Yeah.
could do.
Yeah, worth a shot.
I don't know magic as well as you guys do. I assume that we can't scry on the other codex piece he has because it's on his person. It would likely mean he still has the same resistance.
I would imagine it's the same sort of challenge. I don't know. I don't know the location that I would need to scry on for an inanimate object. That would be, to my understanding, looking at a place in the world, but I don't know where that is. It's too local. It would be like me saying scry on a tree. Which one?
Yeah.
No, that's fair.
Whereas a person is at least individual in some sense.
Okay.
That was a good idea, actually, but
Didn't like the look of the portals that they've got over that first place, though.
Rosington's gone. It's lost, isn't it? It's beyond saving at this point.
I mean, I honestly don't know, but I don't know because I couldn't see it. Really.
That probably tells us all we need to know, right?
Jewel
In fact,
will note down in her to-do list that one of the things that she wants to ask for there, probably in Union City, will be archival documents of the layout of Rosendom. Any information at all about ownership, the way it's laid out, maps and everything, just to try and gather some information.
And I can't today, but another day I would probably be more comfortable if I had reassured myself there are no such portals in the immediate vicinity.
Of that place or of here?
Of here.
Well, that's a good point, actually. We should probably scour Union City for portals to the Shadowfell or anything, or any void terrors or anything.
Lex, I believe
We wait if
you're the
wait
best one to know
a
that,
day.
aren't you?
If we wait a day, I can identify the location of any portals within a few miles.
Oh, my goodness me.
Well, we could do it together. We could make sure there's no portals we're unaware of in Union City. So over the 2-week period, we
Siri
could,
looking for holes.
I could use portal sense and portal cracker and all of me feats and spells.
The hell was that
Trying
noise?
God knows.
Well, it's the star-touched crystal.
Yeah.
Also has a portal detecty thing, isn't it?
It does indeed.
Yeah. So over the 2 weeks, we could make sure there's no Shadowfell or Voidy portals in Union City, at least. It's a good shout. This to-do list is fucking massive now, isn't it? Considering we came in with a 0 list.
Well, we've got 2 weeks to do it, so it's going to be a full-on day. No lounging around by the pool.
Indeed.
We also
I'm
probably
going to say
wanna-
thank you to our latest Instagram follower as well, because I just got about 7 notifications from Instagram. So thanks very much. Anyway, carry on. What's next?
Do we want to... How are we investing in trade goods?
What do you mean?
As someone who maybe has some insight into the shape of the bastion, as it happens, the storehouse is near the front, so we'd probably be one of the first areas that we'll be able to make ready, and does have an income that allows us to then do other things. Probably mostly drinking.
I would probably say that Jewel is better helping with inventory checking than the procurement, perhaps. I don't know if that helps. I'm just saying there's more of a thing. Or do we have to pick what it does?
Why don't we send Edgius out to just go and see what he can talk his way into buying at a decent price that we can then resell at a profit? Because Suri could go and intimidate his way. In fact, couldn't even do that. That's also charisma. You could go and hit people into giving stuff, but that's just murder.
Okay, I mean,
we could sell like Union City beer, microbrewery type craft beery stuff from Union City. Could go quite well. If there is Gildanian region, if we're trading them weapons, if we give them, this is a hot pot of all other cultures, right? We could give them elven stuff, we could give them dwarven stuff. They're quite insular in Geldorn, from what I imagine. So if we give them exotic stuff from the elves, that might be good trade goods and stuff as well. In terms of our store, what's going to be our bread and butter income? It's going to be, we're going to have detective work, right? Local dog's body detective work. But if we want actual trade goods, it's probably going to be what's Var? I can't even say it. Mara. What does she want us to
Mara.
sell? Yeah. I can't
So
Vara
this is
blackmail.
where I will give you another rundown of the main houses within Union City.
Oh, yes.
Because each of them is responsible for different things. So again, flicking open notes like there is no tomorrow right now, but I love it. So where are we? Union City, here we go. So you obviously have Mara Blackveil. Her business is intelligence, and always has been. The Black Veils is always intelligence. But you've got House Varrickson. They are the controllers of the sky docks and the aerial trade routes. They are probably worthwhile conversing with, because that is a worthwhile trade route to have. You've then got House Eleneth, which is or Eleneth, I should say, is the main elven family who actually descend from Dryamir. They are the guardians of the city's knowledge and magical traditions. So they oversee things like libraries and academies. They contribute to this city's reputation as a centre of learning and not just a cultural melting pot and a centre of trade. You have House Grendale. They are the financiers of this city. They control the banks. And you know that you've met the leader of that, which is Sir Horace Grendale. He was at the ball where there was the murder of one noble, and you actually helped solve that murder. So a little bit of sway there. You also have House Thornheart, who are explorers, but they also have a number of mining and smithing operations, both in the mountains and locally as well. So you know Bran Thornheart, who is a master blacksmith, the head of the house, known for his innovative designs that combine craftsmanship with magical enhancements. Might be a worthwhile person to get in touch with around the building of this bastion. House Silversong are the artisans, if you like. So champions of the arts, everything from songs to paintings to sculpture, anything like that they will be responsible for. You then have House Durnford, the final house, who are the agricultural innovators. They have revolutionized farming techniques in the region. So there is a significant production of food for Union City in the farms that sort of surround the city itself and out beyond the castle wall, or the city walls, if you like. Cool. A lot
If
of
Union
information
City
there.
is
Worthwhile
renowned
people.
for its food and drink, that's probably the easiest thing for us to then sell on, isn't it? Initially.
Yes, but also, I think any connections that Jewel would be able to have to Dryad's Gate and that region, Drymere, would be, and I know they probably already got this, but would be trying to create special connections with any of the top-end wines the elves make. So that would be her contribution there, in terms of a way to in. She does have a decent persuasion, so actually maybe she could go and help Aegeus with some connections there.
Okay. I am going to ask then, based on what I've just told you, where are you sending Aegeus and Jewel? Who are you targeting for goods? Who are you targeting for services? I think I gave you the hint around maybe Thornheart for helping with the bastion. I'm going to say that one, actually, you've already done. You knew they were the smithers and the craftsmen. You've reached out for them. They are helping to build this bastion and any magical enhancements you want to build into it as part of the plans that you've already made off screen. In terms of the rest, then, with Durnford for the food.
Yeah.
Yep. And the Skydock man.
Varrickson.
In terms of negotiating trade routes.
Yes. Yeah.
Amazing stuff.
Because that would be people, allies, but also goods at the same time, won't it?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, I don't know. Jill would probably ask the group, do we think that we need to persuade the Grendale family that financing the upcoming potential skirmishes is going to be in their favour and Union City's favour?
They might be able to put some upfront costs to help us build.
Basically, we need to bankroll a war.
Yeah, they could help us fill the barracks, provide some low-level infantry, soldiers and stuff like that, maybe.
We may also want to speak to the miners then, because we will need the raw materials.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm happy to speak to the financiers. I'm not necessarily very persuasive, but I'm good at spotting a liar.
Well, that's good enough. And I'm also thinking we'll need to speak with... We're sending word to the Crystalline Isle to fill our archives, right? Let's speak to the head of the libraries and the documents and those families as well, because they may have intel, scrolls, scriptures that may help us. So yeah, they'll help in the look for intel on the closer and the primordial gods and stuff like that. I think they'll be good to ask.
Can we get help from your busty friend in terms of an introduction to some of these people that makes them feel like it would be worthwhile listening to us?
Yeah, there's a couple we probably already have an in with. Like I say, we did solve a murder on four of them.
Yes, while they were literally all of them were in the room, so hopefully they already know of us. But I think we have from Mara would not go down badly. So
we keep forgetting we are literally the saviors of Union City. We have a decree, a title. We've been given the key to the city.
For a moment has ever forgotten it.
So if they don't know who we are,
is literally flicking the key in his hands.
Yeah, if we don't have any sway, I think something's gone wrong. So I think we already probably have an in with all of these people. We've got a foot in the door already.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amazing stuff. Who is going where then?
Jewel's going to go
send
to
Aegeus off
Varrickson.
to. So Jewel to Varrickson.
Yep. And shall we send Aegeus to... so the other one was the Durnfords, which was the agriculture, food and drink, yeah?
The trade for beer and wine and food and shit, yeah.
Yeah.
So Aegeus to go get the food and wine. Yep.
I said I wanted intel on the closer, so it probably makes sense for me to talk to the library nerds.
So Eleneth.
I guess that leaves me with the financiers.
The Grendales.
Surrey off to the Grendales. Thornhearts, I will say you've already got that relationship, as we said. They're helping you build the bastion in terms of raw materials. That's already done. The Black Veils are already sort of working with you to scour for intelligence, and Mara has already informed you that she has her ravens, which are not just the beasts that she uses, but the individuals, the members of her organisation, like the spider and his little birds, the ravens that spread out across this continent to go and gather information for you.
Jules certainly hasn't forgotten the fact that she's part of the Silent Order of Sithras, and
Syphilis, as
I
the rest of the party
like I
keep
said,
calling
I
it, yeah.
didn't say this.
I know, I did it before everybody else did. Thank you.
And to again probably go, Mara's got enough on her hands, but to try and either say, does she want to work with us, or does she want to connect with another part of her family that we can talk to in such a way to gather information? We need as much intel as possible.
Amazing stuff. So you reach out to your contact then in the Silent Order of Sithras, the individual that has saved you, not once but twice.
Yes.
Again, we will leave that a little bit in the background for now, because that is secret organisations. Jewel using her roguish talents right now. Go on.
Yes, it's a Shara Nightshade.
It absolutely is.
There it is.
Shara Nightshade. So there you go. Cool. I am going to come to Lex first then. You wander off into the Elven Quarter, if you like, towards one of the libraries, and you head to the main library, which is the Aetherneer Archives. In there, you know that there is the leader, if you like, of House Eleneth, a lady you know very well because you actually solved the murder of her nephew. Lady Aranel Eleneth, the matriarch of the house. She sits in her office with scrolls spread out in front of her. The walls are lined with books. There is a carafe of wine sat on this desk, and it is very elven in nature throughout here. It is almost a blend of nature and learning itself, almost like the furniture was sung from the woods and the woodlands that sort of overtake this area. What is it you wish to say to her as she sort of looks up? Ah, yes, Lex. Welcome.
Hi. I know it's been some time since we last spoke. I hope everybody's doing okay since the incident.
We are recovering, thank you, yes.
Good. Time heals all wounds and all that, so they say. I hope you don't mind. This isn't really a social call. I'm hoping you might be able to help me. As you know, the world is in dire straits at the moment, but I'm hoping you might be able to help me make sense of it.
Certainly. What is it you need? Sounds
Well,
like you've got something in mind.
Yeah. So as we gather intel on our enemies and we get ever closer to defeating them, I'm wondering whether you have any really knowledge of the old times. I'm thinking like the first times. Any primordial gods, primordial myths and legends, or anything on something that may be known as the Closer, who apparently was the person who used to keep the old gods in check, using something known as the Eclipse Codex.
She begins to sort of very rapidly flick through a number of pages in a grand book, and eventually just sort of Codex is primordial gods. We may have some stuff. It might take me a little time to find. Is that okay? You're building your new little...
Yeah, we're taking a couple of weeks to kind of reset, recuperate, and before we make our next surge, so we've got some time. Unless you wanted me to help you look.
No, you sound like you're far too busy. I have plenty of people here who can help me look for this. I'll make it a first priority, given everything you've done for us.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. And if you ever need anything from us, our bastion is down by the waterfalls. You may have heard about its construction. We're obviously here for
it's
the benefit
talk
of
the
Union
town.
City and the rest of our Dahlias. So, however we can help you, just let us know.
Yes, of course. Here, have some wine before you go. I hate to see you sort of arrive and then rush off so quickly.
Oh, okay. I'm not a big drinker, and it does affect me quite a lot. So I'm just gonna have a little thimble.
It's one I tend to drink throughout the day. It's not particularly strong. Don't worry.
Oh, okay.
It's like 15.
Thank you. It's basically Ribena, is it?
It's very, very sweet, very floral in nature, very aromatic. It's lovely, to be fair. This
Almost
is the
tastes like,
finest of elven white.
A tea my mom used to drink. I used to sneak drinks of my mom's tea, and it tastes a bit like that. I'm starting to think it wasn't tea at all.
Probably not, Lex. No.
Yeah, reminds me of my childhood.
Well, I'm glad I could have brought some light back to your days, which seem ever dark. She looks out a window, just see this fucking rain pouring down, torrential rain. It's just is running in rivulets down the streets now.
I'm just
Hopefully
happy it's
this will
an
clear
actual
soon.
storm and not like a void storm or a planar storm that's killing everybody. So take solace
So
in that.
uncannily dark out there, though. Let's hope it brightens up soon.
Yeah, me too. And then what I'll do as I leave, just canonically, just to make her happy, not for any danger, I'll use the celestial shard to create sunlight as I walk past her window, so it looks like there's a break in the clouds, and she just sees bright sun out of nowhere, and then it'll kind of just dim her away. Just a metaphorical bit of hope.
You are a man of many talents, Lex. Thank you. That has brightened my day, both physically and figuratively.
Thank you. Like I said, anything else we can do for you, just let us know. But I'm sorry it's been a short and sweet visit. I've got much to attend to.
Likewise. Anything we can do, just let us know. And you rush off out. Already you notice that a number of elven librarians in various different sort of cloaks of various different colours, they seem to almost use these colours to denote hierarchy amongst the librarians, which is a massive sort of shout out to Dave and I favourite book series, if he even remembers what that is a reference to. But yeah, they are all scurrying around, pulling various books down and sort of looking. Lyriel is the book. The Old Kingdom's the book series. Lyriel is the specific book. Amazing book series. If nobody's read it,
It's
fantastic
phenomenal.
book.
Yeah, I love it.
Garth Nix, best author I've ever read. Anyway, cool. You exit out and wander back to the bastion, and you sort of have to pull your collar up and duck your head down. An individual actually walks up with a rudimentary umbrella and. Umbrella for the rain, sir.
But you'll get wet if you give it to me. Oh, no, sorry, I don't know why I'm British. Oh, you're...
Don't worry, I'm selling them. It's fine. You can have this one.
Oh, sorry. I understand what you're doing now. I thought, yeah. Anyway, here's... How much is it?
Not for you, sir. Not for you.
Oh, thank you. I could get you... Sorry, I'm not used to people being nice to me. People usually try and kill me, so this is a happy change.
Just you remember if anything happens to the city, we can all come creep into your little base, yeah?
100%. If you ever need us, just knock on the door. Tell him
Thank
Lex
you, sir.
sent you.
Appreciate it, sir.
Does he look scrubby and horrible like he needs money, or does he actually all right and he's got a legitimate brolly business?
I mean, he's piss wet through, and he has got a stall full of brollies. He looks like one of these individuals that sells whatever is most needed on the day.
He's give Edgius loads of like Plan B and syphilis medications back in the day, is he?
Generally, yeah. He's
He looks like a
one of
10-year-old
Edgius's
boy, but he's
dealers,
actually
yeah.
a 300-year-old gnome or something.
He's suddenly going to turn all his overstock of umbrellas into emergency parachutes very quickly when it's needed.
Yeah, meteor
Amazing
shower
stuff.
protectors.
Cool. You disappear off. In the same time, Edius has wandered off to the Durnfords. I'm just going to ask for a very quick persuasion check from you, Lex, for Edius's. We're not going to go into the conversation. This will just be whether it succeeds or fails.
Ooh, 19 was the best I could do.
19.
Oh, no, sorry, he's got 15 for that. Fucking hell, not 10. I looked at the wrong one. I looked at performance. So add another 5 to that. 24.
There we go.
15 on
24. With a 24 then, Edius report back that anything that now is surplus to requirements for the city is going to be routed into the PDA storehouse for then sale out to the wider markets and beyond. Very good. Jewel, I'm going to come to you. You have one of the longest journeys because you have to get up the tiers and across to the barracks and skydocks themselves. And you walk into... there's a tavern nearby, but you bypass that. You see sort of the dockhand's office, if you like, or the building, which is the Varrickson Skydock HQ. You wander in, and there are a number of orcish individuals here. And they sort of see who you are, direct you through to the main office. Grand office, bigger than any... In fact, you can't even call it an office. This is like a full-on reading room almost, but full of maps and sextants and compasses, a globe. There is everything you can imagine here for navigation. There's a schedule of arrival times, departure times, and an individual who looks very much like a sky captain who can't let go of the fact they were a sky captain. As Lord Gunnar Varrickson is not even sat. He's always on the move, constantly just sort of left and right and sort of looking around. And you walk in and he turns around and just 1 minute, where did that go? And then, yes, very good. Weather due at 3 hours past noon. Sorry, Jewel, yes. How can I be of assistance?
Thank you for agreeing to meet with me. I know you're a very busy man. I fear I may wish to make your job even busier, but in a good way. If I may, I would bring out a bottle of wine that hopefully I've been able to request off Mara, so at least we know it's a good one, with all the negotiations that are going on. Bring it out and say, perhaps we can have a few moments for a drink.
I could do the rest. And he sort of kicks out a chair towards you and then pulls out 2 tumbler-like glasses, places them next to each other on a marble little plate, almost, with a little gold railing around it. This looks like it probably once had a decanter on it. Where that decanter is, nobody knows.
She'll pop the cork, and then... each one.
Yeah.
So we'll pull both out and then say, we are looking to create some additional trade connections with the further-reaching areas of Drymere. I know you already have plenty of connections, but we are trying to connect as many places as possible. What was the other place, Danny? I was going to say...
Agrees.
Agrees, that was it. So with Agrees. With Drymere and Agrees, and we have a number of things we would like to bring in. I'm sure you're aware of everything that is going on at the moment. We need to bring in plenty of trade, and we need to also bring in some munitions, weapons, and allies. And I believe that you're the best person to speak to about this.
Well, I do own the docks, so yes. In fact, I believe pulls out a letter and then this is actually from Gildorn, and hands it to you. It says the Planar Detective Agency on the front, and there is a wax seal on the back.
I'll crack it open and read the message.
There is a message from Rashid. There is a lot of small talk at the beginning, like a horrendous amount of small talk. How you been doing? What's been going on? All these different things. But then in the final paragraph it says, more than willing to open up trade routes with you, have already contacted Lord Varrickson, an old friend.
I look up and go, then you already know him. This is wonderful. Then perhaps you might be able to assist us in facilitating these additional trade routes.
Well, indeed, I have been trying to get Rashid to send stuff this way for a long, long time. So yes, this is good. Indeed, him and I go back a long way. Anyway, that is for story for another time. But yes, munitions. What I have said already is that we have a permanent dock space reserved for Rashid's organization. Every time they dock, we have a number of people that will unload and bring immediately to the bastion. But I believe there were a few others it seems like you were going to mention. So Gru's sorted, not a problem.
Amazing.
Well, that one was a bit close.
I know it is a lot closer. We do trade with them a lot. I know because I am from Drymere, but I know that some good trade relations with the Drymerians to collaborate all the more. You are going to likely get a very similar array of both food and drink, and also some munitions and aid. We are currently working on both of those second ones, but I'm sure they're all going to be coming through. Most likely all from Dryad's Gate, so that is going to be your closest connection point. I don't want you to be trying to create all those trade routes inside of Drymere.
It sounds to me, Jewel, like you need to reserve another berth.
I very much do indeed. I may also say it is possibly a good idea. I'll happily go and discuss this. Perhaps you need to increase the security on all of your outgoing ships. Any of you that you own, those that you don't and obviously work with, perhaps request that they might increase their security.
Interesting times. Perhaps
we do
I
not
will
want
have
to
a
end
word
up in
with Mara.
the wrong side of a trade war, essentially.
No, I appreciate what you're saying.
Perhaps
I
do
will
you
speak
know
to
of
Mara
any
about potential.
yes, any ships that work in a shadow fleet capacity? Or should I not ask that?
He looks around you at the door. Let us first discuss this berth, and then maybe we can get onto other matters. And as he does so, he presses a little gemstone, which you sort of see his finger reaches for under the desk. And there is then a shimmer that shines across the door and the entrance to this building. If I had known you wanted to discuss such secretive matters, I would have had this enabled instantly.
Forgive me.
Not a problem. Right, this Drymerian berth we need to reserve. I will waive my standard admin fee, but there will be the rental costs. I am willing to negotiate on this. Did you have a particular schedule you were looking at? Are we talking sort of weekly, monthly, daily?
Bi-weekly, I believe, is going to be the best connection here, and I think that would do. The best thing would be for you to. She writes down and says, "We are taking our homestead here. Forms of communication and business will go to the same place. So I think it is best if you do address all invoices and contracts to this place. We will be able to facilitate it. I'm sure you're going to want at least 3 weeks in advance."
As I say, I'm willing to waive certain fees, but yes. How about give me a persuasion check, please?
27.
27.
That was a good
We
roll.
can do every second safe. Holy shit. Hello, Raiders. Good to see you. Thank you very much for joining us. There is a lot of negotiations going on tonight. Brilliant. Lord Varrickson sits there and says, I'm willing to. In fact, we have a gap here for every second glare run of the week. So every second, sixth day of the week. I will have that spot reserved for the full day, just so there's no coming and going. I will also have additional security on that particular berth for that day. How about we say 40% off the going rate?
You are a gentleman.
It sounds like we need this, so I'm willing to waive certain fees, but of course we still need to make profits.
I couldn't agree more. I wanted to make sure that everyone here earns their keep.
Very good. I will, of course, work out what that 40% discount is offline, because I've not thought about that just yet, but we'll figure that out. Very good. And you also mentioned something about a shadow fleet.
Well, it was more about the plans we are currently discussing may have need of one, and I would be interested to know if, well, perhaps this, because I don't want to know too much. Is it possible that in a time of need, if we may show up, you can tell us if there is a particular ship that we would be able to utilize in such fashions? If they are... We don't want to know when they're coming or going, but if there's one around, we may have need of it. How about that?
It is good that you and Mara are on such good terms. Forgive me. I think there is something we can do here.
Good. That is all. There is there's nothing else on it.
I very much appreciate your taste in wine.
Please, keep the rest of the bottle. I'm sure it will,
You are too kind.
Forgive me, we do have quite a lot of admin to be going along with, and I'm sure that you have a lot of work to do as well.
Indeed, it sounds like I need to have a word with my secretary as well. She's giggling far too much out there. Very good. He presses that button again and... Well, maybe now I should shout. She couldn't hear a fucking word we were saying. Anyway, opens the door, looks very disapprovingly at the secretary, another orcish individual, but very live, very thin, and she just sits there and goes, "Oh, sorry, Lord Ferguson, I was not aware." And a young, what looks like Sky Captain, disappears out the door very quickly.
He was in.
Not
He
on
was. He
company
got to
time.
third base while you were negotiating, didn't he?
Not on company time, my dear. Jewel, always a pleasure.
You as well.
I will send word when I have agreed the schedule. I will let you know the particular berth. I will have it all sent down to your new HQ.
Thank you. She will head off.
Very good. The camera pans then across the city of Union City. A really bad sentence. Across Union City then. As an elvish individual approaches this grand financial district. But before we get to that, the camera then zooms into the sky. Across Ardalia. Down. South-east. Off the coastline and over an island of two major cities that form a bridge, a road, a gate, if you would like, from the continent of Ardalia to the continent of the Auroran Empire. We zoom down into the northernmost city, which almost seems normal. The guards go about their daily patrols as this Grecian-inspired city basks in the sunlight. people go to and from the Agora, go up to the Acropolis, visit the Temple of Clothis. Centaur priests wander around. But the camera zooms down onto one individual. A thin, sickly individual with a black hood pulled over their head. As they take a turn down a dark alley, kick aside a sack full of what must be either feathers or hay for its size to move so swiftly, and pulls aside a grating, revealing a set of stairs. They wander down these stairs into a tunnel. Dark. Purple braziers, or braziers that burn with purple fire, burn along this particular corridor. They hurry along to a door that, for those who have been following us for all this time, would recognize. Behind this door, a grand apparatus moves slowly and silently. Each of the orbs on its great black metal arms glowing with a strange violet light. Before it stands an individual, greasy black hair, a very hooked nose, themselves thin. And they twirl a black wand between their fingers. I trust you have news for me. The hood of this sickly individual folds down. A minotaur.
What?
They step up and bow their head. Their mouth does not move. Previously, an individual of very few words, but we hear telepathically. They are moving. They are preparing. We must step up our plans. Have you contacted her from beyond the veil? Klein has offered help. You know she will not converse with me, regardless of which gate she's gone beyond at this point. We are going to have to figure this out for ourselves. This Orrery. This Orrery. I know it holds secrets. There is information here, and we must find out what it is. Go on, scurry back to whatever he wants you to do. The Minotaur individual bows their head, raises the hood, turns, and disappears back along that corridor and up the stairs. As Vane Shadowthorn brings his fingers together, the wand hovering next to him. In time. And luckily, I have time. And he holds out his hand and just turns his hand as time around him stops. The arms of this grand apparatus stop moving, and he stares at one in particular. What secrets do you hold? And that, my friends, is where we are going to take our break, and we'll be back in a few minutes.
I mean, that was some plot hooks for me and Dave there. Steve is going to be like, what the fuck was all that about?
No, but yeah, because also, do you not think that I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave that little bit of nugget. I'm going to leave that.
We're going to save that for Malt Magic and Rolled, apparently.
I've got to. No, I've got to there. Yeah, so subscribe to Patreon, guys, if you want to know what I'm thinking about.
There we go. There we go. Head to the Patreon. We debrief every session. There's lots of goodies on there, and they're soon to be our very first homebrew release, or proper homebrew release. Full guide going up there. Yes, very, very big thank you to the Raiders. Thank you for joining us. Hope you've enjoyed what bits you've managed to catch. We are very much in sort of army building, intel gathering, and just preparing for the next phase. So yes, thank you for that. Thank you for all the chatter as usual in Twitch. We love you all. We will be back in a few minutes for part 2. Perfect time coughing there.
If you heard a cough, it was Steve.
Absolutely
Yeah, absolutely
professional. Apologies.
We
I
are a
usually
professional
did.
outfit, folks. Fuck off, it's fine. Right, we love it.
Matt burps all the time.
Not on stream, I don't.
Oh, it's usually before we go live, isn't it? Peek behind the curtain, Matt burps.
Generally.
I think it was last week when I, sort of arrived into the "Hello everyone" pre-stream bit by just turning my mic off and just belching.
Well, as long as we don't ever come back to some wet slapping, we're probably okay.
We didn't need the sound effect, Danny. Come on.
That was for the podcast
Anyway.
listeners.
Of course it was. Of course it was. Very good. Right, let's fucking bring this back. Jesus Christ. Anyway, yes, so little peek into what's going on in the world just before the break there. We are going to dive straight back in, and we are going to snap cut back to the financial district of Union City, which is again on the top tier. There is a very grand fountain, marble buildings with sort of gold detailing across them. So you look around and you sort of seal the Grendale Central Bank and think, that's probably where I need to head. You walk in. There is a half-elven individual, about as pompous can be, who sort of sees you. Are you in the right place, sir?
Probably. I'm fairly good with direction.
May I help you with something in particular?
I'm hoping so, yes. I will pull out one of my many Planar Detective Agency cards. And say, I understand that my colleagues are known to you and I'd come to discuss some matters on their behalf.
Oh, you are part of the Planar Detective Agency. Is there a particular individual you are looking to meet with today?
Yes.
May I inquire as to whom?
Yes, you can. So firstly, just before he'd entered the building, Surrey would have muttered a spell. He cast Enhance Ability Charisma on himself, because otherwise he's going to be painful. But what he's doing, reaching and pulls out a piece of paper which has the name of the individual that Surrey and coincidentally Steve has completely forgotten in the last 20 minutes.
Lord Horace Grendale.
Yes, Lord Horace Grendale. That comes back to me now, yes.
Oh, and do you have an appointment?
I was led to believe I probably wouldn't need one if I made it clear that it was urgent.
Oh, well. If you'll take a seat, please, sir, I will go and inquire what the Lord is currently doing.
Appreciated.
Sit you
look
on
around.
the most wooden of wooden benches. Right. Not the comfy leather seats, the wooden bench.
Yeah, I feel like Surrey would wait for him to leave the room and then he'd immediately stand back up and start kind of like, not nosing around, but just sort of peering.
So I think around you, very large marble sort of hallway, you see a number of bank tellers, if you like, in parallel lines almost. Little stools or benches before them. This is clearly where people come to open accounts, and beyond that you can see these golden and metal gates which lead towards the vaults. and it sort of, beyond that you can't see because it's obviously locked. This individual sort of wanders towards these metal gates and then takes an immediate right turn. It's almost militaristic in the way they turn on a dime and head into a corridor through a very ornate wooden door. Their footsteps sort of still echo minutes after they disappear. And it's a good 15 minutes before they return. And they return in, their nose is held quite highly up in the air, and then they sort of look around and then look towards where you're stood. Oh, yes. Apologies. Do please follow me. The Lord will see you immediately.
Very much appreciated.
Lead you through this corridor, winding, takes you up a set of stairs, spiral staircases almost, lead you down another corridor, bends to the left through another set of doors, up another set of stairs, and you realise you're just slowly climbing this building until you get to the very top, and he knocks very gently. Come in. Opens the door. My lord, sir... I'm terribly sorry. I did not catch your name.
Here we go. Suleiman Orvishanti Eshkebek Dravid Zavi, member of the Planar Detective Agency, as I understand you know my colleagues.
A member of the Planar Detective Agency, sir. Here to see you. And sort of bows and then exits out and closes the door. Before you, you see an individual who is quite clearly one of those individuals that holds themselves above everyone else. They are a typical... what's the term? Snob is probably the best term here. And even they, with a sort of quill in their hand, almost Scrooge-like in their demeanour, just finish scribbling something on a ledger and then look up. Yes.
You can call me Surrey.
Very well, sir. I am a very busy individual. What can I do for you? This individual, I should say, is human and has sort of white hair that is slicked back, a very, very finely and professionally trimmed moustache and beard. They wear a burgundy coat with golden sort of detailing to it, gold thread detailing and filigree, and there is a strange actual mechanical badge or jewel that they wear on, almost like a brooch. Rich waistcoat, a finely tailored shirt, and a burgundy bow tie. What can I do for the Planar Detective Agency then? Surrey, was it? Please do take a seat.
Thank you, I shall stand. So, we have recently found ourselves settling slightly more permanently, or at least significantly within the city. We have work we wish to do. This is all in the interests of the city itself. I'm not familiar with Union City, but I imagine the people here are quite fond of it, yourself included, I would imagine. And we're here to ensure that it continues being a going concern, as I believe the business world would call it.
I'm failing to see how this involves me.
Oh, we need some money.
Oh. I might have guessed. What is it you need the money for? Are we considering a loan, or how is this to work?
I think maybe a very long-term loan could be workable. We are building a fortification base, bastion, within the well, actually within one of the cliffs. It seems fairly sturdy. And we wish to finance this at the front end. It will be in the interests of, as I said, all involved. We are dealing with some very significant threats, not just to the city. But I understand my colleagues take their role as protectors of Union City very seriously, and what they take seriously, by and large, so do I.
So we are looking at the mortgage of a property being built into the cliff face. I assume you're considering insurance on this property?
I hadn't been. Feels like the sort of
Well,
thing
maybe
if
we
need
need to
claim it,
think about that.
probably won't be an awful lot of the world left to pay out should we lose an entire cliff face from the city, but yes, I suppose.
I'm happy to waive any insurance. That means less for me to pay out. So how much gold are we talking about up front to complete this construction project?
Well, I would understand that if we worked based on the terms of a mortgage, we would take into account, for example, the expected retirement age of the person taking out the mortgage, and then we would be able to work towards that with their expected income. I myself, should I not die of unnatural causes, expect to be alive for several thousand years. And on that basis, it depends how much you can lend us that we can feasibly pay back over the course of, I don't know, let's not call it 2,000 years, that seems a long time, 1,200.
And that, he sort of pauses for a moment.
My father was a very wealthy man. He was also very boring.
I'm sorry, you're trying to insult me here?
Unless you're my father, I was not intending that, no.
Sorry, I thought you were trying to say something about wealthy men. So sorry, you did not give me a particular amount for the finishing of this construction project.
Oh, I don't know, 100,000 gold seems like it probably should get a fair bit done.
100,000 gold to Planar Detective Agency. We take an interest rate of what? 7% on top of that? You say a couple of thousand years. Why don't we say rather than 1,200 years? I'm willing to write this in about 50.
Let's split the difference.
Make me a persuasion check, please.
Technically,
That sounded incredible.
Minus
did you just hit a big gong?
For what?
It sounded like you hit
I don't
one of
know
those
how you
Japanese
rolled your
gongs.
dice there, but it just went.
Oh, that's where the mic is, so it's right next to my dice tray, which is not very flat.
Fantastic.
So
Do not move that dice tray.
Can't hear my voice, but fuck it. It's all about ASMR now. So that's 18.
Split the difference between 50 and what did you say, 2,000? Should we say 1,000 years?
Yes. That seems fine.
Very good.
Well,
I shoot.
Right, 7% over 1,000 years. That's a fuckload of money we're paying back. We'll be dead, I suppose. So Syria will be the only one left.
Sorry, we'll go interest only.
Okay. We'll remortgage in 5.
Well, I'm willing to draw up the standard rates of a mortgage term, and yes, I'm assuming you will be the signed dignitary on this agreement.
Yeah, sure, why not? Make sure you've got a long space.
Fantastic. And your position within the Planar Detective Agency, please.
Answer faster, answer faster.
I'm unsure of your question there. I believe we are probably all equal shareholders.
Shall I just put you down as joint partner?
Yes, whatever makes you happy.
Oh, very good, joint partner.
I'm both not CEO.
And you said it was Cyrilla Menevishanti. No, I've totally fucked that up. Cyrilla what?
Suleiman Ovashanti Eshkobek Drabid Zavi.
And you spell that surname how?
Which one?
The final one.
It's the bit people usually find okay.
Oh no, the Dravid was
God.
fine. I got that. That is
Dravid.
standard Elven, but Zavi. Is it Z or an X?
Xavi.
Fantastic. You elves and your long names. If you'll just sign on this line, I will have the funds released to you within 5 days, and then you can continue your building project.
Excellent. May I have a pen? Thank you.
Holds out the quill towards you.
Yeah, don't sign.
You don't sign.
No, actually, no. Can I read it first?
Of course you can. Make me an investigation check, please.
Investigation.
Mm-hmm.
Wish me luck, guys. Ooh. Oh yeah, that's a 2.
2.
can't
Very good.
read.
Oh wait, hang
There's
on.
a lot.
I know. I've got a lucky. That's a 10.
10. With the 10, there's a lot of legal bullshit in here which goes way over Suri's head. There's lines about fucking should you default on your mortgage with X amount left in the event of natural disasters and death of resident in the event of an apocalypse. Please sign here.
Can I just squint at him in a... I don't really understand any of this bullshit, but I'm fairly good at reading people. And I'm just going to say, you do remember that my friends helped solve a murder here, yes?
I'm sorry, should that mean they get a special dispensation rate?
It would just be very churlish to then try and swindle them in any way.
I'm not a swindler. Sorry, I am a businessman.
I kind of look around the room very pointedly. Of course. Can I insight check him, please?
100%.
18.
18. This wanker is absolutely trying to take you for a ride.
Well, having thought about it, as I mentioned, my friends helped you solve a murder. We're also very well positioned to help prevent future murders, which I hear become much more frequent when people feel they have been financially wronged.
Maybe an intimidation check.
Oh, can you imagine if the PDA suddenly decides to investigate
Nat
some of
20.
the work? Oh, yes!
The veiled threat in that sentence, as he looks you up and down, sees the sword, the shield. You make a very intriguing point. How about instead of a mortgage, then I consider a charitable donation to your organization? But in doing so, of course, I expect certain benefits and kickbacks and arrangements.
I would imagine that the accrued interest on the continued economy of Union City and the surrounding world will deliver you quite a return in the future.
That would require my family and I to survive the oncoming storm. So my offer is this. You protect my family, house us in times of need, allow us to do our business from within your walls should the need suffice. I am willing to donate a significant amount of money. He places a gold pouch on the desk. A very large gold pouch. And how about I sweeten the deal? Takes out a very large diamond. Plonks it on top of the bag.
How much in the bag?
Exactly what you asked for. 100,000.
That should allow us to do some slight amendments to our floor plan that I suppose could help accommodate a modest family in the kind of comfort you might expect during the wartime, but certainly safe, and a small space within which you may be able to do some business should that be required.
Pulls back that piece of parchment, tears it in four, places it into a brazier that burns nearby. A gentleman's agreement, then.
Absolutely.
Holds out his hand.
Another insight check here.
Maybe an insight check?
Oh, that's better. 27.
I'm in love with whatever dice tray and dice you are using, because the echo on your mic is fantastic. With the 27, this is probably the most honest you've ever seen this individual be. He is someone who is used to writing bullshit agreements and getting his way exactly. But even in those moments where somebody sees through it, he always gets what he needs, and what he sees right now is an opportunity that he is not going to turn down.
Sensible man. Shake his hand.
It was a pleasure doing business with you, sir.
When this is over, I may put you in touch with my family. They may have some interesting business opportunities. They're well established in Ireland.
I was going to ask whether you're related to the Nylon Zavis, I think you said it was. I've heard good things.
Yes, well...
Interesting cities, the sister cities.
Interesting region in general.
Yes. I look forward to conversing more with you, sir.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you for this. We shall speak soon.
That he lifts up a little bell and dings it. That individual comes through, bows. I trust you are done, my lord. Yes, you may escort our guest out. Perhaps through the investors' exit. It will be done, my lord. Please follow me, sir.
Thank you. I didn't catch your name on the way in.
I am
You feel
Sir
like
Horace.
Jeeves. Oh, there's Horace.
So, no, you meant the individual that sort of just said, follow me, sir.
Yeah.
My name is Roger.
Oh, well, near enough, Roger. Everyone's got to be called something.
Yes, please do follow me, sir. Lead you down a smaller set of stairs and through a smaller door and a narrower corridor now, and you actually exit out a side entrance where there is a carriage waiting. We reserve this privilege for our most honoured guests.
I kind of look around at the pissing rain and I'm like, I don't really like pomp and circumstance, but I think this one time I will accept the offer.
A wise decision, my lord. Please go with thanks of the Grendale family.
Many thanks. I'm going to give him a bit of side-eye and just kind of get in.
He bows, turns around and just shuts the door before you even sort of walked up to the carriage.
Cool.
Going anywhere now, sir?
Yes. Are you aware of the, near the waterfall at the foot of the Black Vale Manor? The bottom of the cliff.
Oh, the fancy new building, sir.
That's the one.
Yeah, it's looking a bit sparse, though, isn't it, sir?
Yes, I do think that maybe recently we found some good news that may help us deal with that, but certainly it'd be nice to develop the area, won't it?
Very well, sir. Quick as a flash. And the two horses that lead this carriage begin to draw away into the rain. Suri returns back to the bastion, and you spend together a number of days retrieving information that ravens send. Upon one day, there is a strange voice that echoes out amongst the bastion, where you all sit in sort of this central room. The sort of scaffoldings around you is protecting you from this rainstorm, which has now lasted for at least 4 days. The lower plains are beginning to flood a little bit. The rivers and the rivulets are beginning to overflow. The spectral head of Grandmaster Alaric appears before you. Jewel, Lex. A pleasure.
Hello. You have. Is this one of the ones that was?
This is the Grandmaster from the Crystalline Isle.
Yes, and I was petrified. Turned stone.
Yes, he was. Yes. Well, he was unpetrified when you left him. Because Lorendrax, the librarian, had been hovering around. It was Elysian who was beyond recovery, having been shattered into a million pieces. But yes, Grandmaster Alaric, the Grand Mage, or Archmage of the Crystalline Circle and the Azure Pillar. One divination wizard, now spectrally, is before you.
There is very suddenly a small crossbow bolt sticking out of a piece of wood behind this guy, because his first reaction was to pull out his hand crossbow and fire at whatever it was that just appeared in front.
I can appreciate that one.
My apologies.
It is good to see you well.
No, perfectly fine.
How is everyone else at the Isle, at the tower?
We have managed to unpetrify everybody. Lorendrax is... You asked for a lot of information, so Lorendrax is working on it quite diligently. It's handy having a beholder with many eyes looking over multiple books.
Well, thank you.
How does it turn the pages?
I assume some form of telekinesis. I've never asked the question, to be totally honest.
Hang on one moment. You have a pet beholder.
A librarian. Lorendrax. Been around longer here than we have, actually. Sorry, I've not introduced myself to my little archering friend here. I am Grandmaster Alaric, Archmage of the Azure Pillar, leader of the Crystalline Circle within Ardalia. Oh, sorry, I should say. It's a little bit cheeky of me. There's many of us within Enoeth.
Meeting all of these people in such a short period of time is making me understand how people feel when they hear my name. Just call me Zuri.
A man of few words. Very good, sir.
Could we borrow your beholder?
Whatever for?
Removing large chunks of mountainside.
Oh, do you know what? Lorendrax might enjoy that. I get a little bit fed up, like they've created many cabins for our library. I'm sure I can have them sent your way. Do you have a teleportation circle?
Yes, we do.
If you just send me...
It was my idea. It was my idea.
If you just send me the design, I can absolutely send Lorendrax on their way.
Excellent. That should save us some money in building the place.
Great shout, Steve.
And I also gives us an opportunity to send any of the information you've requested across. Do you want me to send your friends from the crashed airship?
Oh yeah, we did send word to those, asking them they can come live with us here if they wanted to, yeah.
Captain Lightswift is a charming fellow.
Thank you for reminding me of their name.
Have they got acquainted?
You sort of hear from the background, "You love it, you old dog."
Oh. I did a Dutch rudder.
Yes, well, I just wanted to be in touch to actually ask that question about how you wanted us to share the information. And if you have a teleportation circle, this is going to be very, very easy. I've found a few books on chronomancy that I think will be of particular interest. As for primordial gods, you mentioned 2 names. I'll be totally honest, we've not heard of them before, but you mentioned this unbound hunger, and that does ring a bell. There is a particular book I will send along about supposedly trapped old gods. But yes, hopefully that will give you some information.
Thank you. Yeah.
Does sound a little like it may need updating.
Yeah, if it's a journal,
yes.
we might have a new entry to put it in.
I was going to say, I think that might be on us.
Well, this was my other... it sounds like you have been very busy, and there's lots of things that we could do with knowing about. I'm going to send one of my chief archivists, and if you'll allow them, they will document everything you have done thus far. I think it's important to record the history of NOF, and as it stands, you are a core part of it.
I would be happy to provide all of my notes to this individual so that they may be able to duplicate.
And we are building our own archives, so all of the
Oh.
intel you are sending, can we keep it, or are you expecting the books back?
On long-term loan,
I will
perhaps?
make copies and send them on their way.
Lovely.
Thank you.
Teleportation circles make this all a lot easier.
I know. We should have one from the beginning next time.
From the beginning of what, sorry?
Campaign 3.
Live.
Sorry, you've had two campaigns. You sound like you've very been busy. Multiple
Yeah, this
campaigns
is season
and
2 of my
skirmishes.
life. But hopefully after we save the world, I'll into the next chapter of my life. I'll call it the prologue. Epilogue, even.
Prologue or
Fuck now.
epilogue? Oh,
Idiot.
yeah. Epilogue
Prolapse.
sounds better.
That's what my
yes.
brain's just done.
Everyone else is just having a stroke on the floor with blood coming out of their nose.
Very good. Well, I will, if you send me the notation, in fact, all you have to do, Jewel, is if you just write the teleportation circle sigil down on a piece of paper, I will scry on you, just accept me in, it will be fine, and I will see it, and that just speeds the whole process up.
Perfect, I shall do that.
Fantastic. Very good. Anything else for me, my friends?
Unless you have any more intel from us on any of the void, has it reached you on the Isle yet, or are you relatively safe?
No. Since you dealt with that little conclave issue we had, it seems relatively quiet over here. Zephyrath has dealt with a few incursions,
Yeah.
but it's handy having an arcane-imbued dragon on your side.
I was going to say
And
keep a lookout, but you already are, and that is perfect.
And I know since I accidentally rediscovered chronomancy in your caves, it has served me well. And I don't suppose you've heard of any other evil uses of the magic across the world. I know we dealt with the Void Conclave in your caves, but I don't know if it's spread anywhere else.
You know, it's interesting you should ask that question. I did take upon myself to try and track types of magic that are used across the continents. Chronomancy being so rare and so specific, there's only 2 locations realistically. One which I'm pretty sure is yourself, Lex, and the other seems to be between the gate cities, more towards Thalissa.
Oh, look at legs.
What, recently?
Within the last couple of days at least, yes.
What the... But why, how would that happen?
I was hoping you would tell me, actually.
Do you think he has the power as well, Lex? Shadowthorn?
What I'm struggling with is, obviously Danny knows from the cutscene. I'm trying to figure out how quickly Lex can figure it out without it looking like I'm breaking a fourth wall or metagaming.
Maybe a
I'll
history
simply go
check.
on the... Well, yeah, true. Yeah, do that.
If I'm trying to piece things together, what would be the best detective check? So, like, Shadowthorn had his own Orrery, didn't he? He's now, we know he's
I
now
will
using
allow... I mean, a history check would be best. I will
Yep,
make an
that's cool.
allowance for an investigation check, but history...
No, that's cool. History.
I'm going to...
History's fine.
Yeah.
23.
23. Things start to drop into place very quickly for you. The last time you were in Thalissa, you encountered an individual close to an orrery, a construction of clockwork and mechanics, something to do with time and planar energy itself. You know very specifically from the abilities you've used to call an orrery into being that chronomancy has a connection to these devices, and the individual you knew was there had a journal with the initials VS in it.
I'm thinking it was Shadowthorn. He must be back in Thalissa trying to use Artemisia's orrery. We destroyed his. We stopped him using his dark equivalent. He must be trying to use
I don't think we destroyed his, did we?
Oh. Well, I know we foiled his plan, Ashley, you're right. I still think he's trying to reuse the orrery for something.
Oh, I could not agree more. Well, I mean, I suppose we've just had our question answered. Does it kind of work off chronomancy then?
Well, all I'm thinking is, it helps people understand the multiverse, right? Which is essentially all of time and space. So whether he's trying to use it to help the Shrouded Lord come across or help the void spread more quickly, manipulate time to make his plans go quicker and ours go slower, I don't know.
This is wonderful. I say wonderful. It is good to know this information. It is actually terrible information. But please, would you be able to keep us updated with any further knowledge of chronomancy used?
I will absolutely. I can report on the skull. The spectral image disappears.
Was that their end or ours? Siri, can you?
I don't know.
You now know them.
Probably. Yes, I suppose I could scry.
Jewel,
Yes.
with your passive perception, you see a shadow begin to elongate across the floor towards your group.
Watch out! And she's going to get the dagger out and throw it at the shadow.
Okay, we're going to roll initiative. Jewel is going to get a surprise round. And yeah, let's go from there.
Surprise round.
Oh.
So hang on,
completely
roll
broken
initiative
all-
first.
Oh, yeah, sorry, that.
I've broken all of reality by rolling a good initiative. Which I don't think has happened at all in this campaign.
Because we've done this in the second half, Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So, sorry, initiative rolls then, Suri.
19.
Also 19.
19. 19 for Jewel. Lex?
7.
7. Fantastic. At this point, I'm going to say Edgius is still off doing his negotiations. It is the three of you in this room right now. Jewel, your surprise round, please, as this shadow begins to creep its way towards you.
So I will. So I'm lobbing the dust dagger because I don't actually want to get close to this shadow. I also can forgive me because I wasn't expecting this. What's the astral something that I can do? Sorry, I'm just trying to find it.
Astral Whisper.
Nope. It's not even
How's they
ghostly.
breaking into
I'll
my
find it
office
in a
when
minute,
you do
but I imbue myself with something at the start of any combat. In fact, it will give me advantage because it'll be the first time I attack it. So
There you go.
is sorry guys, I just don't want to delay this any further. So it is
all right.
going to be a 23 to hit.
23 will absolutely hit.
Okay. So that is then going to be if it gives me advantage, does that mean that I get sneak attack? I believe so.
Of course it does.
It does, doesn't it? Brilliant. So the 4 plus 76. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow, that's a lot. 21 plus 20, so 26 points of piercing damage. That was actually really bad on the damage rolls there. So
You're also still in dim light, so you're
plus D8.
just
Plus a D8 of 5 psychic damage.
amazing stuff. As Jules says, watch out, and throws this dagger to the floor, it hits this creeping shadow. The shadow recoils back and forms this humanoid-like shadowy figure. An individual creature type that Jewel and Lex you have not seen in a long time. A shadow horror stands before you, and it is going to take its turn, immediately moving up to Jewel, and it is going to make 3 attacks. It is going to try and bite you with this shadowy maw that just descends down. Let's use my metal dice because it's the easier one to read.
Oh, why can't I find
That
this?
is going to be a 17 to hit.
Meets it, beats it, but again,
Meets
for the
it,
life of me,
beats
if
it.
I wish I could find this thing. Yeah.
You are going to take...
Let's go with
Go on. Yeah, you're going to take 28 points of piercing damage.
Now, so I just
Shit.
want to double check. I'm in dim light. Yes.
Yes.
The first attack roll made against me has disadvantage. Found it finally.
The second roll would have been a 24, so I think the first roll
No,
is
that's fine.
less.
So yeah, still hits.
So you take 20 points of piercing damage.
I will uncanny dodge that.
Amazing stuff. The shadow then disappears and appears out of another shadow behind Suria's claws twice. Rake across you, or attempt to at least. The first of those attacks is not going to be great because that is a 10 to hit.
No.
And the second one is a 16 to hit.
Don't be silly.
Very good. That is the end of the Shadow Horror's go then. Jewel, it is round to you again.
Somebody, create some light now. And is going to. Is it within range for me to get up near it?
Oh yeah, you can just literally move around the table to where Suri is.
Then I will strike again with the dust dagger. So we'll do that again. No point adding anything else to this one because I think trying to knock it to the ground or anything is going to be completely pointless. Again, it's probably got plenty of damage immunities. In combat with Suri as well.
Yep. Sneak attack will still count.
Sneak attack, great. That is a natural 20.
Hey, that's double sneak attack.
Oh my
Double
God.
everything. That's gonna be a big ass hit. Jewel came to fight.
She did. I can't pick up a D4. There we go. That was really
Just
difficult.
smack your hand on it if they're anything like mine. It will soon stick in,
It
mate.
sticks in, absolutely. Okay, that is 12. I'm doubling all of this, aren't I? So something like
Yep.
12, 18, 22, 24, 30, double to 60 plus 5, 65 points of piercing and psychic, if you need to know the psychic difference.
Amazing stuff. You stab in with your dust dagger, and this shadow begins to just diminish slightly, and wisps bleed away from it. You have absolutely injured this creature. It is beyond bloodied
at this
right
point,
now.
Knowing how deadly these were initially, Suri, you'd notice a control, but also I wasn't going to say a rage, but purpose with the way that she attacks this shadow individual, and does lift it partially off the ground as she stabs it, and then brings back again, ready to fight.
Very good. We then go around to Suri. And sorry, yes, the initiative order is Jewel, Suri, and then Lex. With
can I also, bonus action do some shit?
Yeah.
What do I want to do? What's the normal stuff we can do? Oh, cunning action. I will
dash, dodge, or hide.
No, I'm not going to do anything because otherwise I'm just going to leave Suri in the ship. So, no, I am.
You can dodge.
I can't. I can only dash, disengage, and hide for a gunning action.
Okay. Well, no, disengage then means you don't get any opportunity to... yeah, okay. Very good.
Right.
Sorry.
I will disengage then and move slightly further away. There you go.
Disengage and move out into sort of more range distance as opposed to melee range. As then Suri, I imagine, takes the shield out, draws the sword. Crack on.
Well, I think actually it would probably be draw the sword, and based on the one missive he has had from Jewel so far, just go, okay, and then I'm going to cast daylight on my sword.
Daylight begins to shine out. You watch as this shadow recoils instantly from it. Anything else on your turn? Does that do damage? Actually,
well,
it's daylight,
I
isn't it?
suppose it is actual daylight. I suppose actually, on the basis that I'm not expecting to go wandering around in a dungeon, I might as well use my action surge, and then hit it twice with said sword.
Amazing stuff. This room is now very much bright light, by the way.
Yeah, I can't remember if it gave it like vulnerabilities or anything, but.
You say, do I get advantage hitting it with this?
No, but it has disadvantage.
Okie dokie. Worth asking. Oh my fucking god.
Natty?
No! That's absolutely dire. Okay, so I've got 2 attacks and I've rolled 2 2s. So that's 14 to hit in each case.
Oh, they will both still hit. With an AC of 13.
Oh, excellent. Okay. Right, well, this is D10s to hit because I'm two-handing this because I wasn't using my shield. So.
Double fist in it.
Oh, that's 25 slashing damage, and well, I mean, it sounds like it's already something, but I'm gonna do sap on it. So
okay. As you slice through twice, this shadow puffs into non-existence. You hear a shout from outside. No! An elf-like individual, pallid skin, bald head with the hood now thrown back. They are in builder's overalls. This looks like one of the individuals who was potentially helping with the construction. Then throws out a hand, and shadow begins to form within this daylight, and a demonic form appears. This shadow-like demon, which, when I can open the actual page, will fucking give you a better description. Oh, Dave, thank you. It's taken a very long time to load. There we go. So, yes, this shadow-like form just roils out of the form, and it's incorporeal in nature. It looks like it is made of pure darkness, horns that curl from its head, but the eyes burn with that fiery orange light that you expect from the abyss. Anything else in your turn, Suri?
I'm not sure anyone's going to thank me. Oh, I didn't do my primal strike, but it's dead anyway. If I activated Wrath of the Sea, that's really going to cause issues for everybody else. So I will leave that. Know that.
Very good. The shadow demon then immediately rushes up to you, Lex, as you are the closest to the door, and this umbral claw just swipes across you. That is going to be a 13 to hit.
Yep. But I will use anticipate attack as my reaction to make you miss. Where the fuck is it? Anticipate attack. So I can't be targeted. So basically I move to a place where will make you miss. You go to do it and I phase out of existence and appear somewhere else to make you miss.
Amazing stuff. Thank you for that little effect there, Mr. Rix. Incredible. As this shadow demon then rushes in and swipes at Lex, who then just blurs and appears somewhere else, this pallid elven-like individual then rushes in, and they whip off this spiked chain that they have wrapped around them, and they are gonna run up to where Jewel is, sort of sidestepping where this demon is, and they are gonna lash out to all three of you now. There's gonna be a 1 attack against each of you. Very good. The first one then at Jewel. And they are going to be about 10 feet away because they do have 10 feet of reach, so they will be within melee distance for them, but just out of melee distance for the majority of you. That is a 15 to hit.
Was that to hit me, sorry, Joel?
Yes.
Yes. No, sorry, no, that doesn't. Does not hit.
Misses. So the first of these spike chains...
Yeah, she kind of phases in and out of the astral plane as these things, go through her.
Amazing stuff. The second one then aimed at Suri. It's even worse. That is an 8 to hit. Absolutely misses. I imagine Suri catches it with the sword and just parries it off to the side. As then the third one, as this individual pulls the chain back, is then going to aim towards Lex. Still rolling like shit, but that is an unnatural 20 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay, you are going to take 12 points of piercing damage, and I need a dexterity saving throw, please.
16.
16. You feel this chain as the spikes rake across your body, try to pull you down to the floor, but you manage to just hold off. As a bonus action, this individual then teleports and jumps into the shadow of the doorway just behind where this sunlight, this daylight shines out. So they are now sort of 25-30 feet away. We are then over to Lex.
How big's the room we're in?
Probably about, I don't know, 20 foot by 20 foot.
Oh. Okay, because I was thinking of doing Sunburst, but that's a 60-foot thing, and everyone needs to make the con save. That would include all of us. So let's not do that, because that will kill us all. But what I will do as a bonus action, I will do my innate sorcery to make my spell slaves one more, and then that gives me advantage on spell slaves, because I can speak really good English and that. And then it'll also give me advantage on my sorcerer attack spells. But then what I'll do, just for intimidation purposes, I will pull out the Celestial Shard, which grants the wielder the ability to unravel darkness. So hopefully pointing it at the creatures will intimidate them enough. But what I will do is straight away try and get rid of that big fucking horned shadow guy, and I'll cast Banishment on him.
Nice.
Which is a Charisma 20 saving throw.
Charisma 20. I'm looking at the wrong thing.
And I
Charisma
will
20.
use a meta magic option to give you disadvantage on that. Just trying to find which one it is.
Natural 1.
Awesome! So,
Shadow Demon
Eagle.
disappears.
yep, 2 sorcery
Amazing
points
stuff.
to give you disadvantage on that. So that means, I always forget the 2024 banishment. I think you go forever
You have to hold
after
it for a minute
if I
still,
can
don't you?
concentrate. So if it's an aberration, a celestial, an elemental, a fey, or a fiend, you don't return after the minute.
Don't return after the minute.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so it's if I interrupt you in the next minute, isn't it?
So if you break my concentration in the next minute, it comes back. Yeah. So I'm concentrating on that now.
Amazing stuff. Anything else on your turn?
I will move to where Jewel and Suri are, so we're all grouped together because they're my 30-foot aura. Well, actually, if it's a 20 by 20 foot room, it'll cover everybody anyway.
Yeah, you're fine.
Gives them
Yeah.
advantage against fear or charm saving throws anyway.
Amazing stuff. We then loop back round to Jewel. You watch as this demonic form sort of in front of Lex just winks out of existence, and you just about see this individual steps into a shadow beyond the doorway. What do you want to do?
I would like to... There's a couple of things I want to do here. So... Just double checking, is this? Oh, that's a whole action, so I don't want to do that. I will rush up to them, which I believe I should be able to reach. I can also do, as a bonus action, I can temporarily phase through the astral plane to move up 50 feet to an unoccupied space. So I shall pop there and then run to get up. As I was sort of phasing through the astral plane, I don't suppose that there was any weird connections and lines to this individual that we were trying to catch. They weren't in any way. I was seeing any tethers or anything, was I?
Okay. So as you phase through the astral plane, you see a solid purple crack now, wider than ever. You see those individuals that are almost holding it back. Another one winks out, but you don't see any silvery tethers to a soul or anything like that.
Okay.
As you step through. What you actually do, because you said this was 50 feet or 15 feet?
15, and then I will move the rest to get to them.
Okay. 15, you get to the doorway, and then you dash in front of this individual and sort of turn. You can see they are now turning to run away. And you sort of skid to a halt in front of them. What do you want to do?
Do I recognise them? Apart from the fact that they've been working, you know, as a passerby here, I don't actually recognise them as someone from our past.
They are not an NPC you recognise. They just look like a very pallid elven individual, bald head. Give me an Arcana check.
I'm also potentially going to do an above table ask in a minute, but we'll see what this says first. 7. No. Yeah, 7.
7. You don't recognise this individual. There's not much you pick up from them. They have this strange sort of almost black chitinous armour underneath this robe and these builder's overalls that they just throw off with that spiked chain wrapped around them. Carry on.
Ooh. I really don't want them to leave, and I think that I'm not going to be able to do much in terms of hurting them. I'm not going to have sneak attack on them. So she's going to pull out the Abyssal Core and cast Force Cage on them.
Fuck yeah.
Amazing stuff. What does Jules' Force Cage or version of Force Cage look like in this moment then as you cast it using the Abyssal Core?
A chastity cock cage.
is a very interesting. I mean, again, because she hasn't had an affinity to magic. I don't really know what it would look like. I think just it would have to be that it's in any way connected to the astral plane. It would be okay, so there we go. Silver ribbons that combine in this sort of chain like, connection, and it is like very reminiscent of starlight every time they overlap. That's what it looks like.
Amazing stuff. These pinpricks of light appear in between these silvery ribbons then as this cage lands on top of this creature. And they then just sort of look around. Fuck.
I have questions for you. Be glad I did not stop you with my knife.
They fold their hands into their lap and kneel down. You can capture me now, but I will escape, and I may just slit your throat as I do. I am going to call that on combat.
Nice! So, if I'll call the others over, and
If we're about to interrogate him,
yeah,
can I cast suggestion on him first?
fucking you can do whatever you like. I mean, I don't know. Can stuff pass through it? That's the only thing I don't know about this one.
The force cage continues to sort of exist around this individual as a number of guards then approach and all point spears, swords, various sort of mundane weapons. There is a very apologetic individual who wanders up. I'm not sure how they snuck between our ranks. Oh, we thought we vetted everyone. Please accept our apologies. This is...
Aaron,
How long will this cage last?
it will last an hour. We do not have long.
If Cog looks at him, does he see the same shadowy void magic that he saw around Callum?
Ooh, love it.
Cog communicates to you that there is a strange shadow to this individual. Almost like they are not of this plane. They are elven in nature, but there is a touch of shadow to them.
Okay. I think we should use Cog to vet everyone in future.
Cog's translation of this, having witnessed some of this in the past, they have a touch of the shadow fell about them.
Which was the first instance of the void creeping back in, according to the law. Yeah. So that makes sense.
Just to be clear...
a minute passes and there is a ting, the sound of a cog just catching. Your concentration ends on banishment as the spell is complete.
Good. I can cast other ones now.
Yeah, a creature inside can teleport or try interplanar travel, but it must make a charisma saving throw. On a save it gets out, on a fail it doesn't, and it wastes.
Why would you tell them about that?
Well, I'm going to. However, the cage does extend into the ethereal plane and therefore cannot, blocking ethereal travel. So
can I use my suggestion then?
What's the charisma saving throw?
Very good question, because I presume that would be against usually the caster, and I don't have that.
Ah, yes, very good. Yeah.
So it could be whatever, roll I need to make.
Oh, it might say it in the description of the item, because on my Celestial Shard it says I can cast Sunburst EC 20, which is not the same as my DC. It might say it in the inventory item itself.
No, it just says you can cast it without expending a spell slot.
So that will be...
Well, if the light shard is DC
charisma,
20...
Sorry, yeah, charisma 13. Sorry, it did say it. I'm
13,
just not used to it.
thank you.
Yeah.
Lex, as you go to cast Suggestion, this individual just looks around and grins. They disappear. 30 feet away, out of a shadow of a pillar that is being built, this individual then reforms, and they just hold their fingers up.
Can I use my movement, and I can use movement and bonus, possibly even Misty Step, and I want to get up behind them, and I would like to attack them.
Okay, what are you doing with your attack? Are you trying to kill them? Are you trying to grapple? What are you trying to do?
Severely wound, yes.
Okay,
not kill.
so you
this will be a
run up.
non-lethal but very painful attack.
Trying to maim so they can't run or can't move. Yeah.
It's another natural 20. I do not want this fella to leave. I don't get sneak attack on that one, I don't think.
No, bollocks to it. Have sneak attack.
Love it. That's a lot.
I want to wound him a little bit with a natural 20.
Yeah. I'm taking this fucker out so that, you can heal him when we've got him, someone can heal him. So 10, 15, 20, 28, 31, 31, 35 times 2 is 70 plus 5, 75. I think I arrive, with the dagger in him as I Misty Step.
You Misty Step, and as they turn to run, a dagger is embedded in their lung. You have pinpoint precision stabbed this in.
Killed.
You have, but because you said specifically you were aiming not to kill.
Oh, I don't mind this being that I fuck that bit up.
Jewel gets a bit overzealous. If you want to change it, fine. You were aiming to miss the heart, but in this moment, this being the first time that you've been attacked somewhere you thought was safe, you've missed the lung, or you've caught the lung, but at the same time you've caught the heart, and you feel through the blade just this.
Your hubris will be the death of you.
Is coming. And they slump to the side, dead.
As he drops to the floor, I want to shout. So, do we know if Edgius is nearby? No, he said he was still out, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I
mean, if you want, I can have Edgius come back at this moment. Depends on narrative. I'm happy for that to happen.
Yeah, if that's possible, I would look up, see Edgius. Edgius!
Sprint him back, with his katana out. Shit, I missed it!
No, can you get him to death? I just killed him by accident. Interrogate him!
You want me to... What?
Look, if you can't... Fine.
Edgius gets confused. And in that moment, we pause. And we will pause the session there. We will discover what happens with this particular individual in our next session. Regardless of what happens, however, Lex, over the next coming days, you choose to reach out to Primus in Mechanus. I would like you to make me a spellcasting ability roll, please, at advantage.
Just my modifier. Oh, I rolled a 15 both times. So that'll be
15 both
spell
times.
modifiers plus 4, so 19.
19. You reach out to Primus. And this time, there is a connection. Welcome, my child.
I finally got through. Thank you for sparing some time.
It was the opportune moment, the right moment.
I feel like time is getting away with me. I thought I had more of it. It's not as linear as I'd hoped.
Maybe you have more than you think. I have a fragment of information. The equation tells me now is the time to impart it.
I'm all ears. Anything.
I am missing pieces of this puzzle, but perhaps this will be of use to you. It came to me like a story. If you will listen, I will impart it unto you.
Of course.
I know only of an individual known as the Closer. Someone who walked where the Codex pointed. The story says that they went to the bedsides of dying stars and watched as they folded into quiet. They stood in cities whose stories had run their course, and they erased them into ruins, not with plague or rage, but with a soft retreat of breath and purpose. They sat with the last of broken peoples, whose minds shattered by war and magic. Wild magic. They closed that story with kindness, while everything else demanded more suffering. This individual is said to have sealed roads between planes when too much bled through, opening them only long enough to ease the pressure before laying them to rest again. To them, mercy was not endless continuation. It was an ending that came at the right time, clean, complete. For a long age. And there is a subtle change to Primus's demeanor now. We were grateful. Yes, we were grateful. We wanted a butcher, but we found something gentler. We sent him to do what we did not want to watch. And he kept that quiet office, at the edge of all things, and did the work that we did not honor. This is how we're doing. This is how we're doing. Primus goes silent.
So I know in your old days as Kronos, you're saying the Closer was there at your time and he was there to keep you in check with the Codex piece, but also do your bidding. My question is, was the Closer the Shrouded Lord? Or what is now known as the Shrouded Lord?
I know only a fragment of the story. I know we gave this individual the power. But did they become what you now fear? Or are they a waiting ally? I don't know, Lex. For the first time, I do not know.
Because I know, obviously he was there before,
missing.
in the Void. I just didn't know whether you utilized him after the planes were created. I feel like I need to know who he is Do you think he could be an ally to us?
I don't know. And that gives me more cause for fear than I have felt in a long time. Lex, you must complete this puzzle. You must find the points.
If it helps, the Watcher didn't have much more of the puzzle themselves either.
I would only have a fragment of what was once my undying power.
Do you think we need to find the... Do you think we need to solve this puzzle to succeed against the Shrouded Lord, or is it too much of a distraction?
I do not know, Lex. It feels relevant. I do not like this feeling. The equation does not add up. It should always add up. I am missing parameters. I am missing variables. I am missing variables. The present diminishes almost swiftly, immediately, in this moment. Throughout Union City, in the days that follow, fear begins to rise. A city that felt safe suddenly becomes on edge. A place that you were building a bastion, a stronghold, is perhaps not as invulnerable as those who live here first thought. The world is shifting, and you are right at the heart of it. And that, my friends, is where we will end episode even 107.
Oh, that was good fun.
There we go. We, of course, are going to roll straight into Mortal Magic Unrolled, which will be released on Patreon on Friday. So thank you very, very much for everybody that has joined us. Thank you to my amazing players for your insight, your questions, your planning and everything. Your rolls, fantastic. Thank you to the chat. It's been incredible. I love that we have still got chats about beard evolution, of which I will always be the inception of a beard evolution, and we will just roll along. So yes, there we go. Maybe at one point we'll put us in order of beard growth, and we'll go from there.
I'll just have a
final
mustache
thoughts from you
and
guys?
go Matt, me, mustache, Steve, and then Dave. But Dave has to grow his out like a Viking.
A lot further. Okay, all right.
Right,
Yeah.
Gandalf beard.
Like the dad from How to Train a Dragon.
Yes. Absolutely. Dave, final thoughts.
I'm loving gathering all this information. It really is good fun. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing where that's going to take us. Like, we don't know where we're going to leave Union City and how. And I'm looking forward to gathering that information. It's been great.
Steve.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, as is often the case, there's a really interesting disparity. Suri's trying to piece together a lot of things a step behind, which I think gives Suri and me an interesting perspective, because I'm not filtering some of what I'm potentially kind of like hypothesizing through the same filter as you guys. And it'll be interesting to discuss that after.
Then we're very much looking forward to that.
We're brewing
Check out
coffee
Mortal
and
Magic
you'll
Unrolled,
get
folks.
Yeah.
It's where the good stuff happens.
It's going to be a doozy.
Danny
There we
takes his
go.
clothes off.
He does indeed. The after show. There we go. Danny, anything else to add?
I'm wearing nipple tassels. No.
And on that note,
I get Patreon.
I do think we've made a lot of progress in terms of potential lore points to investigate.
Yeah.
And I think Mortal Magic and more, we're about to go down some rabbit holes.
We
And I
are.
look forward to it.
yeah, we are. Very good. All right then, folks. Thank you so much to everybody in the chat. Yes, big beavers. We've not forgotten, nor did we ignore it. Fantastic comment right there at the end, which I struggled to ignore in the moment, I must admit. But we got through it. So yes, we have been the Mortal Magic crew. This has been episode 107. Stay safe. We love you all. We'll see you next time.